Let's talk balance and fall prevention. Balance is vital to our normal everyday life activities, and most of the time it's automatic. You really don't have to think about your balance. But as we age, sometimes those systems that help control our balance start to deteriorate or get less efficient. And then falls or even the fear of falling can start to become a problem. So when balance problems start to develop, it can limit your activities and even limit your independence, and then you become maybe more reliant on family members to help you move and get around and do stuff in the house. It can disrupt your normal walking patterns and lead to increased risk of falls. And falls can cause injuries and broken bones, which can lead to lengthy hospital stays and even shorten your lifespan and lead to early death. So it's a very important topic and nothing to laugh about. Now, some of the most common reasons that seniors fall or start to have balance problems as they age can fall into one of several categories. And the first one is vision. So as we age, our vision often gets worse, and then maybe we can't see some of those obstacles that we run into in our house or in the community, and we trip. The next one is that our hips and legs become weaker. And so maybe we don't have quite the strength or stamina that we used to, and we start to tire out, and sometimes those muscles just can't hold us up anymore, and we collapse, and that can cause a fall and be very dangerous. A third common reason that seniors fall is because our posture tends to get a little bit worse. I'll just show you from the side here. So as we're younger, we tend to stand up a little bit taller, and as we age, maybe we start to bend forward just a little bit, and that changes our center of gravity forward over our toes, and we have a more likelihood of falling. And so that's why posture and staying upright is so important. Some of those changes with posture can be due to changes in the spinal structure as we age, but it also can deal with or be caused by some weakness in some muscles. Another common reason why seniors fall is because as we age, our reaction time tends to increase. So we're not as good at reacting and maintaining our balance when something sudden happens or something unexpected comes in. And so maybe we get startled, and our reaction time isn't as good as it was when we were younger, and that can cause us to fall and go down. Again, very dangerous. And the last reason, or most common reason why seniors fall, is because of maybe some drug interactions. As we age, we tend to get put on more and more prescription drugs, and sometimes some of those side effects from those drugs can be lightheadedness or dizziness, and so maybe we stand up too fast, or we're just moving and we get dizzy and then we fall. So check some of those side effects from your medications. If you've started a new medication and you're noticing that, hey, I'm a little more dizzy than I used to be. All right, so what can we do if we think we might have a balance problem, or if we think maybe a loved one might have a balance problem? Well, there's a simple test that you can do. It's called the single leg stance test. The amount of time that you're able to stand on one leg is indicative of whether you have a balance problem or not. So if you can stand on one leg, unsupported, not touching anything for a certain length of time, depending on your age, studies show that your balance is fine. But if you're under that time limit, then you're starting to have some issues. The test is really simple, and you can do it right now, but we want you to be safe while you're doing it. So make sure if a loved one isn't around to help you, that you're standing next to a counter or a chair that you can touch if you need to. But once you touch that counter or chair, or a loved one has to grab you, the test is over and you stop your time and you see where you're at. So all you're gonna do is just stand on one leg, okay? You're going to look straight ahead, eyes open, and see how long you can hold that. Once the test is over, once the other leg comes down, or you have to touch something. Now, based on your age, you should be able to hold that for a certain amount of time. If you're between the ages of 40 and 59, you should be able to hold for 25 to 27 seconds. 60 to 69 is 20 to 25 seconds, and 70 to 79 is 10 to 15 seconds. If you're 80 or older, 5 to 6 seconds, and your balance studies show that you're good. So give that a try. The next part of that test is with your eyes closed. And I really want you to be safe with that. But if you're really good with your eyes open, then advance to eyes closed. Some of those numbers are 40 to 59 with your eyes closed. You should be able to hold for 15 to 20 seconds. 60 to 69 with eyes closed. You should be able to hold it for 9 to 12 seconds. 70 to 79 years of age, 7 to 8 seconds. And 80 or older, 4 to 5 seconds with your eyes closed. So go ahead and give that test a try and see where your balance is at. So hopefully you did okay with that test, but maybe you were just a few seconds off and you think maybe that strength is an issue. And so you're wondering, what are some good strengthening exercises I can do to help me with my balance? And I'm gonna show you 3. So the first one is called the straight leg raise. All you're gonna do is lie down on your back. You can do this on the bed. You don't have to get down on the floor. Bend one knee, keep the other leg straight, and the leg that's straight, we're just gonna lift up and down. The next exercise is called hip abduction, and I'm going to show you how to do it 2 different ways. If lying down and doing it against gravity is just too hard for you, then you need to start standing up, and I'll show you both ways.
Take me back to California. I wanna go back to 2018. I wanna go back to when I was happy. So
And the last exercise is just a little bit harder, but it's just called sit to stand. So we're gonna practice going from standing to sitting and standing back up without using your hands. So are you strong enough that you can sit down and stand up without having to push off of the bed or grab the chair to help lower yourself down? If not, then you've got a strength issue and we can work on that. If you can't do a normal chair height, then put some pillows on top of the chair, and so you don't have to go down or up as far, and start that way. As you get stronger, you can take some of those pillows out. So let me show you how to do that exercise. All right, hopefully you did okay with those exercises, and you're on your way to getting a little bit stronger and help prevent any sort of catastrophic injury from a fall. If you feel like some of your balance problems are maybe caused by some of the other issues that I talked about, like vision or posture or reaction time, that's when you need to seek some professional help and do it in a controlled and get some help in a controlled environment with a qualified physical therapist. If you feel like it may be some sort of drug interaction, make sure you're talking to your doctor or pharmacist about that. But let's help prevent any sort of falls. If you know somebody or have a loved one that may be having an issue, go ahead and share this video with them.